Unfortunately, we're not in the pick up, the feed. So now we'll get for start all over again. Today we did have a very special program or interview with Miss Esther Kamara. But before we come talk that, what you do at the mainly just come, take a quick outdo, introduce yourself, then what come we lay out the template as to how the discussion how they go. So Miss Kamara, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you very much, sir. Mina Esther Mamanyon Kamara. Mina, the daughter of the late Paramount Chief PCIB Kamara of Bumpeperi. And Mina, the here where he left in charge of the family. So I want to tell everybody thank you where they listen to we at this hour. I'm just grateful that I'm on this platform to air out my views. I thank you very much.
Even before we lay out the template for the discussion, I want to tell everybody, say we've been sent an invitation to Mr. Dixon Rogers. And of course, I share that with everybody in the platform. Say he welcome for join we, or he can exercise in right for say no, he go show up differently, or he go completely ignore everything. But I just want to let everybody know so that when time which if they ask Miss Kamara, I know I don't bring the my name anymore because like I say, make the proof now. We are sent to everybody within a Salone form they see them. We are sent to them all. Now, Miss Kamara, having said that, down the road, near you hook up to social media now. You lay some concerns in. The very first question I want to ask, why is it that a problem will take place in a salon? How is it that it get in America and from America, they for talk about a problem with take place in a salon? You can give me the background or that you can run with too as to why that for happen?
Yes, sir. I thank you very much. Why this situation go the way America now because situations they don't they arise wherein people then they ignore people them where you they try for they complain, especially na Pujehun district. This way happened to me. No sign not they want me for able for go let me complain where they will listen to me. In fact, so now for that make get in connection with Mr. Kutubu for make I air out me complaint so that people then go hear am because our rights have been trampled on. You go na the police, nothing no go happen among with people them. Nothing like that. Everybody is afraid because we they deal with the pharaoh of Pujehun, where it be to say Naina the demigod. So I prefer for go air out me complain out of the country where I know say therein the complaints go be heard and I go able to exercise the franchise by explaining myself for make Sierra Leone hear me and let them know say these kind of things then they happen at part of we country.
I hear you use a word demigod. Well, of course, normally I can only do that. To the extent that nobody not be able to listen to you either now this question of intimidation and the freedom. Other than this person where you get this misunderstanding with, and please work with you with this misunderstanding. Say the car again now, what are the step the way you take for make sure say whatever complaint you get they hear because as if for me, when you get a problem with anybody, we get law enforcement people there. You go to police, the police take statement, they investigate and all that say. So walk with through if all of these things would they talk so in fact it did take place.
Well, it happened on a Saturday night, but on Friday, I mean, get forget me way to my papa in village because since he passed away, I can go there. I can always go check on the house and see how things then they go on at the village and come back on Sunday. So on Friday, when I reached there, maybe in the evening, it was almost dark. So In the morning on a Saturday morning, when I dey pray about 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock morning, I notice say my papa in land where they just opposite in premises, when I did the orange pool build, I notice say the land they don't begin the cut the grass then at the land. But I don't give anybody instruction for make them cut me daddy the grass na me daddy in land, because for me I know say that my papa get that land. So when I can ask, so now they tell me say, well, they don't they sell the land to people. I say who done at the den? They say the chiefs. So I asked for the region chief. So I found a way to the region chief in house. And this region chief happens to be in the Honorable Dixon Rogers's premises, you know. So I just kept quiet and I just want to see if justice will prevail. So I go meet him, I introduce myself to him, and I tell him, say, I can't file any complaint about for no who that day na my papa in land and who that they don't they sell this land. So it tell me the regents tell me say make I wait for the town chief, because when he asked for the town chief, they say the town chief no day. It go for a while this morning, but it will come in the evening. He said, so make I go wait. When the town chief come, then it will able for preside on the matter. He said, because the town chief now get the town, I know what thing they happen at the town. So waited for the town chief come. So that evening we even cross paths, because I mean they go to Ram for make I go meet him, for make I know if whether the town chief don't come. So then go behind me, then go to the land. So another waiting the town chief tell them, if the town chief, the section chief, all the chiefs and some other people in the land, some who claim to have this land, they're all in there inside this convoy. So when they come back home, I meet them all with the region chief. Then they come. So now the region chief tell me, say, we are going to your house, I don't meet you. I say, well, then we cross path. I say, because I mean are gonna your house also. Then tell me, say, you know they. So now he say, okay, he say, well, now he go pray. After prayers in the evening, he say, Ingo call me for make we can sit down on the case. So I tell him, okay. So after we come up pray, now he call me. So when he call me, I go with my cousin, then I go with my nephew. And we get on the way for go to the regent. So now I send me nephew, I say, go make you go call the chief witness, the man when they take care of my papa in land, when me daddy instruct for make it put make it plant trees the way they grow as a way of demarcating his own land from the other land. I said, so go make you go call him. He said, okay. So I went there. So when I go, I sit down close to the regent. So I met the chiefs them all, I greeted them. So I sat down. So in the meanwhile, Naomi witness come by the name of Vandy Jakima. So when he come, not when want me to clean the land, they may boku where they clean the land. But now in the land, mostly the part they call now in they give the money to. When they don't clean the land, now they give the money to for make them share them. Now they in charge. Now they put sticks them all around. So he may know much about the land. So I call him, he come in the picture. So we sit down. So now they ask the town chief. When they ask the town chief, they say about the land. So now the town chief say that land not belong to me dad. That land belong to the section chiefs. Them now they get the land. You know. So I heard them all. All of them they said the same thing, unless one other man where they call Mr. Gina Willie Jakima, when are the elder brother of this Vandi Jakima, when he come in. So now in say no, the land belongs to my father.
Okay, now
So
punctuation. Let's stop you right here now. Now, this is a question of he says, she said. Now, you get any document, any proof where show say this land in question. So now you daddy now in land nandi where if I now you don't inherit, you get any record to the effect as to how na come about some the power being left any document you say anything you are aware of for people and they we are aware of that because it's not just a question of saying oh now me get the landlord. There has to be the landlord exists by itself. There has to be documents we go support that claim day. You able to tell me that?
Yeah. Well, for me, I not lay hand on the document, but we they try for look for the documents because when my daddy died, he left a lot of documents. We are trying to look among them because my nephew, my late brother, he became, he know much about them. He tell me say, Dad, me get a document where me for demarcate them, he me get a document about that. But me no me see the document. But when me daddy me they leave, where we sit down, where we they talk, because you are not preparing for that. We know me they prepare say Dad me for go that early. Being that a day where are they see, then they clean the land, they instruct people them, including all the chiefs, then they come, then they take care of the land, So I believe that there would have not been any discrepancy to say that land doesn't belong to my father. And which of course, this particular land in question, me daddy me signed a document with Orange because Orange built the communication pole on this land. So that me daddy, the daddy signed, the Honorable Dixon Rogers signed, and chiefs then signed for saying that me daddy get that land there, on which way it leads to the Orange, where it leads to Orange people, for me they build and communication there. So that I believe say now a proof for saying that me daddy didn't get the land.
Good. Now, the follow-up to this question is how now you get Honorable Dixon Rogers, how he get inside this year so this meeting you get with the chiefs, section chiefs and other thing, how Mr. Dixon Rogers come inside us so why you get this meeting with the authorities as we talk.
Okay. Thank you, sir. How he get into this meeting?
Mm-hmm.
While the meeting go on, he just entered inside. He came, he packed a motor car, he pulled in things them, he made the meeting they go on. Well, me don't know if he may get prior notice of this meeting. I don't know. But he came when he don't offload in things them, our man tell him I do. So at the end of the day, he entered inside the meeting. Just at that interval, just at the break where they enter inside and meet Mr. Gina Willie, Jakima, they talk for say the land belong to me, Papa. So why Mr. Gina Willie they on in fit he explain, he just interjected even without even asking, waiting the meeting. Therefore, and not even ask, they just went straight and say, now lie, Mr. Gina Willie, they lie. It's an absolute lie. He don't know nothing about the land. So he begin take the man of which you sabi about this land here. That land belongs to the section chiefs, not to that late man, not to him get the land. So the man kept mute because he was embarrassed because he take him off without
Okay.
asking
Why?
what you say about the meeting for. He just take him off. That's how the man left the meeting.
Okay. Why more use the word interrupt where he inject inside the meeting. The person will be the preside over this meeting here, either the section chief or the town, he been kind of way inside. He asked Mr. Rogers for hold off, let he allow that person in for explain. When he happen in between, where he interject while the meeting they go on. Waiting the people they do for make sure so they contain the situation.
No, nobody said anything. Why? Because the Pharaoh of the empire has entered. Nobody said anything because all of them they are afraid of him. Nobody no
So
talk. He
so they tell
presided
we
over.
so they tell we say where he can they, even though he meet a meeting and somebody was obviously sharing the meeting, the section chief or the town chief
Yes, sir.
was sharing the meeting. Then he interjected.
Yeah.
So you they actually tell with any degree of certainty that nobody not tell and say he get for hold off. People they talk a meeting they probably wait for him turn he go talk. Nobody not tell and that. So everybody freeze. Now that you tell
No,
we everybody
no,
freeze.
sir. Nobody, no, sir. Nobody not get mind for say so. Nobody in the boom preparing. Nobody not get that mind for say so because why? They are all in his pocket. Nobody. He did what he wanted to do. The regent not say anything. Instead, they gave him permission to continue to speaking as much as he could.
Okay.
They never
So all of them
stopped him.
Okay. So all of them people are the regent chief, the section chief. Now if I happen, they turn everything over to let him do the talking now. Let him dominate the play. That's what you tell me.
Yeah, yes. Now even they do the talking until when I ask, I say, please, can I come in, please? I say, we will get a meeting, Naya. I say, and everybody don't talk. I say, can we please have a perfect decorum and let me hear out my own views and give my own witnesses for them to speak? That was what I said. That was when everybody kept quiet. Now,
okay.
the regent tell me, say, yes, sir.
Okay. Why should they talk? I mean, yeah, why should you don't ask for, for make sure say the meeting get back to waiting for the lay order then at the place. And if when they talk, you want continue talking. In between that time where you made that statement and the waiting transpire between you and the MP, where you don't ask for you want continue for talk, you want for be hard. Then saying the waiting transpire between or two. At that time,
waiting transpire within that same day. I tell the regent for make me witness talk. So as soon as me witness begin talk, the boy say Ingo say the truth. He said because Naomi don't they work on the late bar in land. So as soon as this man started speaking for say yes, Naomi they work on the land and I'm daddy in land. Now he begin fire the man question. Now it creates another chaos in the meeting. Now it begin fire the man question, and all in the one that within in pocket, all man begin fire the guy question. Questions were coming from all over. So the man was confused. So the man couldn't speak again. The man just sit down and they look at them. So now I turned to the regent. I said, but you're sitting down and they allow me witness photo. No, they never allowed him again because somebody has taken the bold step for him to say the truth. So no, the truth should not be heard because he should be heard always. So nobody said anything. The witness not talk again. So now I say, I said, that land belongs to my father. I said, the land belongs to my father. So now I say, now the same land business, they may take them because of this poll, they take them and go anti-corruption. I said, because the way he get the money, now in land, where he get the money, they for share the money with them all. I said, but it's my father's land. They take an anti-corruption. I said, but anti-corruption tell them, say, once it's the man's land, he's right. Anywhere you take him to, he has been taking care of that land. The man is right. So on the verge of saying this, now so Mr. Dixon Rogers got up now, he said, oh, I'm not saying that you they look inside this talk. So I'm not saying all this talk was geared towards me. So now me they look inside. So now so a grab, a calm now, a scholar me.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, because this will really we go for the vague because this I see on this so is going worldwide. So if I not be very careful how they do it and how they do it systematically. Now, so the man come with we will refer to as settled assumption. The assumption on the part was that all this talk will be talked to that if you get in mind this now you settled assumption this okay without come with any evidence we go say if I so once he confront you with that what we call settled assumption now waiting he do waiting follow immediately when he gets up or where he confront you or where he occupy his space for make it direct comment as say in fact, everything they do, now you be allude to. What he do immediately after that, we need for get into that. What happen?
What did happen? When he say, so now me you may they look into all this, then he got up. When he got up in rage, so now me you may they look into all this and they talk in the advance. And they talk in the advance. Now so
they can't give you space. When they talk about advance, it can't towards you. They can't towards you. Okay.
Yes, it came towards me and come really in front of me and scolared me. Now the regent now pull me come out na hand.
Okay, all of them people that will be needed, including you young people that will be come you for good at the place. Nobody not get camera, nobody not get phone, we get camera because some of them see us so. Believe me, media, I don't want to let you underestimate the power of electronics. Because in any kind of free for all, somebody before actually do some recording. It not go stop anybody from recording because people are. So you want me to say everybody will go to that place will now we go. Even when they see the thing, then nobody not capture any image. Now that we actually tell we nobody will capture any image, especially when they invade your space. Say you go scholar you so that say nobody no record that at all. Now that you tell you so.
Well, excuse me, sir. If even people they might have recorded it or they might have taken photos of it, you will never see it. You will never see it. They will never expose it because my young people them where are going. These are local people there. They're not able to operate phones. And that one was my nephew. The other one was my nephew. He's just a schoolboy. He not get phone. The other one are just there. Other phones them he get. He not get Android phone. Where go take all them kind of pictures them here. But I believe say a lot of people will get phone inside it. But where would they have divulged it to me either? When they have the demigod or the pharaoh of the empire living among them, nobody will go able for Dwam, sir. Nobody, even
Fine,
if they
okay.
have that photograph, they will not have given it to me.
Fine. I want to settle on this, demigods now because in my own study of politics, when we talk about demigods, I mean they go back to countries like China and Russia. Now they get demigods them. Then people that win at the be all and end all, which no more they say absolutely nine no more can be. Is that people they worship them, then they genuflect before them. In other words, they cater to them self-worshiping vanity. This time young concept of demigods and people that way they above riches, go touch them because then are some kind of a supernatural beings there. Now you able break this down for giving instances of how this man they behave like a demigod. We don't be the alpha and omega, the be all and end all, the Iyak Nabudu, Iyak Nastein and everything to the point. Everybody they afraid them. You able to lay that out for we?
Yes, sir. Everybody they feed this man. This man, when he gets to Bumpeperi in the morning, is the all hail. Everybody get for come out now in place in order for come tell Amadou. Because it is in his plate, everybody eats. Now in pocket, everybody they leave. He says everything yonder. He is the gospel truth. He does not allow anybody once you not there on his side or you don't come and greet him or you don't pay homage to him. Know that you are in his red book. You and him not go get anything going. For instance, he's in the court system where in Uda he wants, now they put na the court, whether the person is qualified or not, the person is there in the court system. And the young generation, Uda he wants when they click to him, we answerable to him at all times, in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, in the night. That's the person he puts because he makes sure that in every strategic areas he has his own people operating there. So this is the one-eye man leading the blind people.
Okay.
I'm sorry
No. Okay.
because we
Now,
are illiterate, not only like we, sir.
okay. Good.
So
Okay.
we find
We,
them in all the spheres.
okay. With this obviously like we don't lay out this narrative here. So the question is, this name, here, it ring anything now yes? Francis Michel Mina, it ring anything now yes?
Oh yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's the same behavior.
So how you go? I want to actually juxtapose this. I mean, this the way you don't talk about this Maya to Mina because I just say when I ask you if this name it ring that bell, you mean yeah, what they call Devuyama. Obviously, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Devuyama now one of them because this same mythical figure we talk about demigod status, the be all and end all. The Aya Kanabudu, Ya Kanastein, all that. Etc. So, how you go able to compare or juxtapose this guy in your way, how he carry himself to Francis Mina?
Well, for me, I just look and say it's a replica of Francis Mina. Now, a replica of Francis Mina because in our days, even though I was not I mean, get a knowledge of Mina when I know say at that time a lot of people were running away from Pujehun district because they cannot stand him. Everybody mean they afraid of him, you know, behaving like an all hail everywhere. You know, people they mean they freedom. People were afraid of him because he should be only seen. He should be the one who should be seen, who should know it all, who lives for people. Your life is in his hand. He should tell you when to breathe. He should tell you when to leave. He should tell you, you know, it's this kind of a thing because me, I mean, no, it's what I was hearing that people were saying about this Mina because me, no, me know and too much, but this is what I heard them saying about Mina that people in life, you know, they allow you for make you get your own life in for sit down and live your own life for you. You
Okay.
know, having
Okay.
people doing all inflicting all kinds of things on people. Where just it's the same kind of way this honorable Dixon Rogers is
Okay.
getting.
Having laid out this kind of fearful impression about the guy,
Oh yeah.
he physically walk over a young place, invade your territory, he waka,
Yes.
he physically attack you. Then the
Yes.
when that happen, and people that sit on the including the region chiefs, the when waiting at the step where you take after that physical confrontation with you, allegedly inflicted, by the MP on you, what you do immediately after, when are the follow up to that?
Waiting at the follow up. The moment
Mm-hmm.
where it don't scholar me, where the region chief and one other guy, they pull me
Mm-hmm.
come out hand. Now it start for rain abuses on me. He said, let me get out of his compound. I should get out of this place. I'm a stupid fool. He doesn't know what is wrong with me. Waiting me he don't know waiting they put me here up. So immediately now I left. So as I was leaving, the barrier we together. As I mean they leave where they insult me, means the same thing now the turner. Don't I tell them I say I cannot be your footstool, I cannot be your slippers, and I say I will never be. I say this is the same thing you were acting impolite to my father until my father died. I say you don't even get one respect for the paramount chief. You make yourself as if like you know the first gentleman of the land. I say, but you know that you were not the first gentleman. My father told you that. I say, so now the same thing you don't bring out to me. And I am not in place for me for accept that. I say, and I will never be in your pocket and I will never be your slippers. I say never. I say because I'm not an illiterate. I say I'm a literate. I know the law. You are supposed to be the servant of us. We put you in there. You are representing us. You are supposed to be a servant for us, not to come and impose over us, not to come and inflict injuries over us, not to come and be living our lives for us. So myself tell him waiting then in my mind. So that's how I got out of his compound. So people they tell me, say, let me go, let me go. That's how I got out of his compound and I left.
No, okay. Now after that, we luckily they're not separate now. You go. Now, I mean, you follow up by making any formal report to the authorities, then the police, and all that. Because of usually you been attacked and all that. You make any report to the police? If
No,
yes, when? Oh, you don't make no
no,
report to the
I don't
police.
make no, I don't make any report to the police yonder. I don't make any
Why?
report because I know that
Why?
it's useless for me to do it because he commands everyone.
So
He
hold up. Now
commands
you
everyone.
assumption that. Now you assumption that, or if I reality that, because
Now,
for come up with
really,
this settled assumption, is
no,
different.
sir. No, sir, this is not an assumption because I don't see where anything gonna police as long as in interest day, it goes just like that down the drains. Nothing happens because he controls everyone. So
So
I'm not giving away the Monday.
So in other words, you tell we what you they establish now with actually everybody there. You actually they establish a case of having a monster we don't ride
Yes,
roughshod over una inalienable rights because this is done now we they look at
yes,
now because you
yes,
don't get
sir.
any side
Yes,
we go for recourse because something like this assuming America una been there more say a congressman attack you you call the police. Obviously, the congressman is going to be arrested for that because whatever he do allegedly do now he do outside the environs of his job. in order na the parlor of the Congress, in order na outside. You know, then saying the so with this kind of fearful thing. Okay, now let's look at this again. When he gets to you, I mean, at what time he gets, when he decides, say, you go bring this out to the public, where now, if you contract, we now, while you work with to let we listen, then you how that matter, if I get for Kamara Salone, for rich Nayana America also.
The reason why, as I tell you, if the authorities they under not able to say the truth about what happened, everybody they lie because they are afraid of him. So that's why I never took the matter to the police because I know it was futile. Now, so I left the next morning because the region chief say he will get to me in the morning, but I knew he would not have got to me. So that's how I left. I came to Gobaru. I met my uncle them there. Now I explained give me uncle them. So now my uncle them say, go right straight to Kenema and go meet Mayor Thomas Bayo, where my sister married to, because now I go say the head of the family because we uncles them all the out. But anything will happen to we natural would go. So when I go meet Mayor Thomas Bayo, so he see the wound, the scratch on my neck. So now he tell me, say, you don't report the matter to the police. Now I say, no, sir. I say, because I know say it's going down the drains. Once now in Pujehun district, I say nothing no go come out inside. I say, so now for that make I not lay any complaint. Now he say, okay, well, go to Freetown, make you go report the matter. Now police, now Freetown. So when I went to Freetown, then give me the second in command of the police, the deputy is the deputy inspector general of police.
Is that it?
Yes. Now so I go meet the woman. When I go meet him. Fortunately, she had heard to me. She called me in. She spoke to me nicely, and I explained everything what happened. Nine is say, ain't go advise me like I go back na Pujehun, I go make a statement and a medical report. He say because of jurisdictional border. He say because the incident happened at Pujehun, we not go left Pujehun and can report the matter na Freetown. He say so I go back na Pujehun, na the police station, I go report the matter. So that gave me courage for me to go back to Pujehun, for make I go report the matter. I reached there in the night. They took a statement from me. It was not really because they tell me say I for bring me medical report first before they make a formal statement from me. So they just make a note of it. They tell me for that I go do my medical. So I did my medical. I brought my medical back. That was on the following week. So that's how they entered my complaint. I reported everything that happened. So the police, the CID man, Mr. Sano, now he take the statement from me and everything. So that's how I filed in my complaint. From there, I came back to Freetown.
Okay. Having filed the complaint and all that in the, I mean, you don't follow up. I mean, the investigators they don't get back in touch with you or say where they in fact they not take up this matter with the MP. They not take up with them. If yes, where do you guys go from here? Within at the status of the case.
Well, Mr. Sano, when I make the statement, Mr. Sano and in colleagues then tell me, say, we for prepare for go back na Bube for make we go take a statement from the witnesses them. Because I put me witness, the principal witness, when I this Van de Jacquemin, I put a name inside the statement. So it say, they say, and me uncle and that me nephew. Well, in a boy when I with the school, so I say we could go there, make them all go take a statement. So I tell them, say, I say, okay, I go get to me uncles them and I go get back to them. So later, when I get back to Mr. Sano, for make we go take statement, first of all, I had to call my witness, the principal witness. Now I call him, I say, Vandy, I say, me and the police them, we dey come na Pujehun, the next day we dey come Bupe. For make you can make a statement of wetin happen, wetin you see during that incident. All nine Vandy tell me say, do ya I dey beg, do ya? If na anything you want make I do for you, I go do am. But do ya not tell me for make I make statement. Now for go tell the chiefs them first. I say, but why I for tell the chiefs them before them permit you for make statement when you have a legal right of your own and you mean they where everything happen. Now I say, oh, he say if I do that day, he say it don't go be well between me and the chiefs them. He say, and I will not have a seat in Mumbai here for me to sit down well. He said they all go turn out against me. So
Okay, Miss Esther, I'll not stop you. You can able to turn your light on because the people, they know they see you. Turn your lights on. They are not seeing you. The place look dark and outside you there. So they need the point, but they know they see you.
Vicky,
They know they see you. So see if you can put the light on.
when I can't put the light on back.
So while something they happen, you go continue the
No, they will
explanation.
not put the light on, they see me.
You know, because they know they see you. The station just not report. The image too dark. Good. Do you remain on like that? Say go. Yeah.
Okay,
So
sir.
you okay? The statement here. We talk about the statement now. Yes.
Yeah. So that was how the principal witness, who was cleaning my father's land, who was taking care, he refused to give a statement. He refused to witness. He said he no good one at all. So it left me with no choice but to get back to the police because of wasting transportation, going there and would not have had anybody for me to testify. And one of my cousins afterwards called me and tell me, say, Esther, you get for put down this case because I investigate. None of them were prepared to tell me anything. They say the man just advanced against you. Nobody not able to tell me the truth. So if you feel to say this case here for go court, you will never have any witness to go and testify for you. So this is how appalling the situation is in Bupeperi.
Oh, okay. Let's get this. So in other words, what you need to talk now, you are well let the whole world hear me, that we don't reach a stage where in witness intimidation. Now, one that you don't take hold in the judicial, firmament of the nation to the extent nobody no will feel assured of the fact say it will get justice anywhere because then somebody use it in position or people have been subjugated, I mean, is that what you're telling us?
You know, Mr. Kutubu, it's really appalling that we can have this kind of situation wherein you don't have anybody to report to and nothing is done because even if you say it, it just go down. Nothing. It has reached a situation like this. Yes, I can assure you. It has reached this kind of situation in Pujehun district, not only in Bupeperi, but also in the Pujehun town, wherein they trampled on people's rights and nothing is being done because, the most, the appalling situation is that everybody keeps mute. Nobody speaks. Nobody. Nobody come out to challenge this guy. Nobody. The Pharaoh of Pujehun district, the Pharaoh of Bupeperi. Nobody comes out. Now, kind of like we them, they come out because you know what? I have been filled to the brim. I've been filled, I don't know how to express myself because it's really appalling. It's offhand that
So
somebody
the
like
the,
can
corre- the
satisfy
corresponding the corresponding question is the corresponding question is how this
yeah.
guy accumulates this kind of a power as allegedly how he come about being using the word a demigod now Pujehun. How he reach to this point here where everybody get for cater to himself worshiping vanity or whims, views, and caprices. How we get to that point there?
It's what I really can't understand. But how we get to this point here, like me, I know I'm in the country, but when I'm in the sit down with me daddy, when I the watch, I notice the air about this guy. I notice the pride, walking with air over him, thinking that everybody belongs to him. Now so I begin to see him. Now so I begin to see in impoliteness, he not get respect for anybody. If they talk to you anyhow, he slaps anybody when he feels, he insults you when he feels. Yeah, because everybody in the evening, in the morning, that's where they take tea, breakfast. That's where they take lunch. That's where they take dinner. Poverty is eating up the fabric of the
So,
society of our people.
so,
Poverty.
so, so,
Yeah, now
with this,
in the money.
with this reported or alleged, audio of self-importance, here of this, how
Yeah.
then does this guy get elected na parliament for going to parliament for representing with this kind of a picture where the paste about her? I mean, I really don't get it. I don't get it. Waiting how people, how are people being mesmerized by him with all of this opinion we they express about her? So how does he get elected to parliament then? How?
Well, you know, Mr. Kutubu, before them being elected to parliament, they can be they can be as low as anybody you can imagine. They
So you
can
cannot
put
see the
in
facade.
price.
We're not able to see the facade. Is
Yeah,
that what you say?
yeah.
We're
No,
not
no,
able
they
to say.
hide that.
We're not able to say.
And they hide all these things not until when they are voted in. It's when they are voted in that's the time the phalanges start coming out. That's where you see what has been hidden, what has been hiding. That's the time you see it coming out. Yeah.
And also, if what, well, the corresponding question is, would not get what they call recourse to recalling the person. One assumes say you elect a councillor on an MP, but he conduct very unbecoming. Would not get that constitutional power for recall an official way he conduct the at variance, with the legitimate aspirations of the citizen. Now not get that power, for recall,
What are they
an
call them?
MP, a councillor, or a
They
chief.
all this while from when they voted in, we're going to 2023 next year. How they go recall them with all this work? It's not today. He has been doing all this. You know how long he has been doing it? There is nothing being said. There is nothing being said about it. I'm telling you. So it's just going from worse to ridiculous. Nothing is being said about it. No recalling. Instead, he's just having the more and more powers, exercising more and more powers over there, assuming that because he's the chief whip of parliament, so it's like that is a big thing for people afraid of him. That who can confront him? Who can confront him or even ask for him to be recalled? I don't think so. Nobody, Mr. Kutubu. Is so
So, in other words, what do they establish there that we establish for we for you say that the logic of lawlessness now contemporary Salone, but in particular na Pujehun, it don't so much take a firm grip na the political firmament of that place to the extent government officials in Europe, but particularly the MP in question, he don't become an overlord. This is exactly what you they establish to that actually. He don't become an overlord. Very nobody not go touch him. He go ride rough shot over people. He go do anything
un-
that he so.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Untouchable. Who will do it? Nobody, sir. Nobody will rise up to that. In fact, nobody will even dream of that. So that's how appalling the situation have gone. That far. Nobody speaks to this guy. Nobody. I'm telling you.
And you
So,
candid opinion, and you consider judgment and candid opinion, waiting at the prophylactic measures them we una go put in place for arrest this kind of rot or decadence and escapism on the part of the MP, so that una lives go be seen or go revolve around una constitutional liberties, because what you establish now the most egregious a flagrant violation of human rights we the talk about so now we totally unimaginable and unthinkable. But how should this happen? The authorities them in the central government don't know of this. They know the are you guys not complaining? The president in office, the vice president in office, and other people that you get one guy where by the picture where they get about the guy, he don't become a monster at the place. Then they allow for continue like this. Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, well, I don't know whether it has got to the authorities. I don't know because everybody is tight-lipped. Nobody. I mean, I'm the only person so far that have gone this way for me to even complaining outside, for me to even say that enough is enough, that we can't take this no more. I am the one that have even taken the bold step, but I've not seen anybody challenge this guy so far. I've never seen it. I've not seen it. And people are sitting down, all the murmur in the corner, the murmur to themselves, but nobody has taken the bold step to even tell authorities about him. Because I don't know
So
to some what to that extent of connection maybe he has in the government. Because for me, I know he's a chief whip. That's all I know. To give
so
perfect decorum in parliament. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm the
so
only one that has taken such bold step that I will not sit down and see this kind of thing going on because I'm a Sierra Leonean, and something has to happen. Something has to happen about this situation. So that's why I'm airing out my opinion and my complaint today that enough is enough. We have to put a stop to this. We have to put a stop to this. We don't have any demigod over us. Somebody who thinks that he can let us sleep when we want to sleep, he can let us eat when we want to eat. No, we don't have that. We cannot
so
have it, sir. We cannot.
so so with this kind of fearful scenario we dey establish so. The question though, una get anybody more say assuming there's going to be general elections 2023, una get anybody who go say, make a step forward and make a difference in our life. Now una get better representation because what you dey establish to so like I say it totally unbecoming. Except for somebody waiting at because you were in a parliament, a parliamentarian, me and you for be intelligent enough for no say your job now they make laws then for the country where now they serve as the ethical foundation and the moral compass where we define the very existence of the society. So by any stretch of imagination, a lawmaker cannot be seen as a lawbreaker. But what you don't establish, so you don't actually portray Mr. Rogers as, in fact, somebody who totally anathema to anything we original and profound about law and order. This is what you don't establish on Naya. And we don't wonder how this comes in society.
And let me tell you again, one thing, if anybody in Yeri say anybody they try for stand as an MP in that area for the next election, oh, other them they support him and everything, you go through his heavy hands. Because it don't make itself so much that it not even want make nobody stand against in that particular area. This is the demigod I'm telling you about. This is the Pharaohism that I'm telling you about. Nobody should stand against him. Either when he gets a whim of it, oh, it's terrible. So this is an extent to how, so the amount of power this guy has absorbed in himself, that there should be nobody who should stand him. He should always he should only be the MP 2023 and hereafter. Yes, sir.
I don't know if we go to the a script from Hollywood now the or what's in call Alice in Wonderland. Now I love see if we can take any call. I mean we get any caller on the line. No, we're not get any caller yet. Hopefully if we get any we go pick them up. But what you they explain now, so it's totally unimaginable. And it cannot happen in a democratic society, especially a country where they thrive on the moral compass of the rule of law. This is not supposed for happen there at all. Not now. Waiting, I will let you know when you bring this complaint. It gets to me eventually. I take the necessary step by informing the MP about this. He not only denying the fact, but he also threatened for taking legal action against the doctor Wigi, the medical report. He accused him of giving a false medical report. So I don't know how he come about, making that kind of conclusion, challenging a medical officer. I don't know which now he own standing in academia. We forgive the whatever it is for let it challenge a medical doctor. Then they see it. So the question then is, anyway, the way you think say, because now Italic, you now they come out now, you they put yourself now as a champion, we want to restore people then human rights in any way, because you actually talking of a flagrant violation of the rights of people then, all because either because of poverty, they be holding to one man not become the breadwinner at the place, so everybody else get for cater to your whims, wishes, and caprices. The question to you: how will I expect for address this issue? Are you going to go with this issue till eternity? So you guys cannot present any formidable challenge to this guy? Is that what you guys are telling us, Naya? That nobody
Yes,
no go challenge us?
no, nobody no go challenge them. Then just they speak behind in back. Say it they cause people them, it just they insult people. But nobody says it in front of him. Nobody. But I am the only person that has got out, because you know why? I've been tired with this situation. Our people are suffering, and you are ill treating them, and you're a lawmaker, and you're breaking the law. And the most appalling thing about it is that the authorities don't know about it, and nobody gets out. I don't know whether they have been
No. Esther, let's stop you on that.
I
No,
don't
let's
know
stop you on that.
whether they have
Let's
been
stop you on
hypnotized.
that.
I
No,
don't
let's
know.
stop you on that. Okay, let's stop you. Bring you. This complaint will bring to me, so I can tell you with any degree of certainty, the speaker know, the speaker in America, I contact him. The speaker of parliament. I get a written communication. I get a reply we sent to me, go to for do. As a more father, I sent to you. We do so. The leader of government business, Mr. Matthew Numa, you know of this. By the way he talked to me, how he talk, he almost want a dovetail which you don't see now. Kind of, it's like almost one piggyback which you talk about it, the man. I don't communicate with the Attorney General of Salone on this in communication. I also don't communicate with the Deputy Attorney General on this. I think again the Solicitor General on this. Virtually the entire establishment, nobody seem, the only person where is semblance of accommodation the speaker. So we wonder how we will get a public officials then go in a place constituents the complaint about the conduct of one man, but nobody not seem for pay attention. This is very scary in a democratic society, in a society where say then the function and the rule of law, where the moral foundation are equal law, equal justice, and nobody know in office not that so exalted to the point that it is above the reaches of the law, or so low in society that it is beneath. So this therefore be a very serious concern. We quite frankly, I don't know something me within America, because I tell you go think about in America, because things like this not go happen there. It won't happen. No congressman no go violate me right now. Not possible. It not go even in a Congress. But even to the extent, even if we not beholden to the man, like how you they put her become the day, I don't know the man, but I can tell you for sure, I know Indadi. I'm not very good about Indadi, because in 1968, Indadi na be army officer, Imadu Rogers, and Patrick Conte. Now they are two been prevent in 1968. Now they are two been prevent. Shaka Stevens, then Colonel John Amadou Bangura, with the support of Ahmed Shekuture, then at the history. Now then people then be moved quickly for overthrow the NRC government, for prevent Shaka Stevens then from invading Salone with the force of arms. So this rebel war when they meet trouble for don't start long ago. But then people so I will not pay tribute to in Daddy, but him and not Sabiam. So somebody of that kind of pedigree, we come up from that kind of a family day, where people they help for prevent war from taking place at Salone, they get this. It look a bit scary. So, but having said that, like I say, I don't communicate with the authorities then. But me on concern here is that why are they not just listen? one of the way the lady for Kenny matter go na the police, and but you don't explain the you know, I'm glad the way you can today, so that they go hear it from themselves, because after this, and they send all of this audio to them, it links it to them. Then one day they know about this the fact, and Salone has already hear this. I must tell you, they must be very troubled. Say a citizen go complain say in rights have been violated, then everybody shut the door on them. I cannot imagine me living in a society like that. Oh no, I simply cannot. That one person, one individual, you don't imagine as a be all and end all. Reportedly, now the iyak na budu iyak next time. Now for the worship, or not for worship God, now for the worship. Oh no, that not will happen. So the question to you, having laid this premise, how you think so we will address this issue here? How is it going to be addressed?
Well, this is a very difficult question for me. How we go address this issue? Because one, I want to make people them know say I have nothing against this man to defend his character or to be impolite to him. No, but I want to bring out the ills of this man in the society in which we live, to say a lawmaker can become a lawbreaker where they make outside the under where he come to Freetown or somewhere, it make as if like he's abiding to everything that the president expects of him. And he is the one that is doing the other thing that people know of but afraid of him. I don't know how this can be stopped. Because since this thing don't they go, since this case me don't they wait, nobody don't speak, nobody speaks. Nobody speaks. So, you know, I really find it hard. It's you know, I really find it hard. Being a Sierra Leonean, your justice is being denied. The truth is no more. Lies have taken over. Yeah, people lie insistently just to, you know, just to cover up one person. And they know that what I'm saying is the truth. A lot of people know it. They're hearing me. A lot of people know that this is the behavior of this guy. But who can stop him? Who can stop him? Who can stop him? You know,
So,
but I'm still looking forward to the Sierra Leone that we have, that we still have law and justice in this land, and that
so
law
that
and justice prevail.
yeah, so that as you say, so because of all this image, yeah, this Luciferian image, where you don't present this larger than thou, you know, that's in the image where you don't establish. So what you're telling me that this case will never be investigated by the police because the witnesses them, obvious enough, they're so fearful of the man that even
Yes.
when the truth is on their side, they're not going to come out for
Yes.
just say waiting and say, this is exactly what they say now.
Yes. You can never get the truth from them. You can never. Starting from the chiefs right down. Because they are afraid of the chiefs. The chiefs have told them that they should not, in any case, because that was what the man was telling me. Because if you were there, you knew what happened, and you are telling me that I should go to the chiefs, then it means that, and I know that they will never give any witness against him. Because these are the people, the moment he arrives, these are the ones that are around him at his beck and call. Yes, they are around him until the time he leaves. They don't give him one breathing space. They sit down with him because why? They have to take breakfast, they have to take lunch, they have to take dinner. They don't have. So everybody, most of them have sold their personality, they have sold their right. They don't know what is right, they don't know what is wrong. The truth is never there. You know? So how can I get a witness to come out and say it when everybody is afraid of him? Mr. Kutubu.
So yeah,
This is the
so the crusade. So
situation.
I mean, you this is not a crusade. You know, for try for restore the dignity of the citizen from Pujehun or wherever when I come up from now, na your own locality when I come up from.
In Bupeperi
Wait,
and in Pujon district, he is doing the same thing there. Both in
okay,
Bupeperi and in Pujon district as a whole. Yes.
Okay.
He has
Okay.
taken
So
all
that
over. He did every spirit.
you see, because when you fashion for ladies' case, waiting they come in mind almost intuitively. Me follow Francis Mina. It's not the same record history Francis Mina gets bullying because I know people that would have been victim of Dr. I don't know if you know of Dr. Bangura. I don't know if you know about Dr. Bangura. Dr.
I
Bangura
heard
was a victim of Francis Mina. The Magaus them were also a victim. I don't know if you know Bontin Sewo. The Sewos them. All of them, because a man I follow in politics, I follow in political career. You know, one of the things that they were doing at Salone, for really to follow the politicians and the careers. Now, I mean, I can write about any politician at Salone, you know, at the back of the finger, because I follow them all. Each and every politician that I can tell you any degree of certainty, what he do, what he capable of doing anything. And this picture we don't present so of this man, now a replica of Francis Mishek Bena. I must tell you this. The politics of intimidation, the politics of riding roughshod over the people that are inalienable and constitutional rights them. The politics, but of course, nemesis catch up with them. So the question to you now, though, as we try for wrap up, because we not get any call, because we didn't get called as them, then we will foresee because so far, from what I see, you don't actually lay out the case. So before I ask you for make your closing remarks on this, again, which are the best way you think say this case go? I mean, well, they're not saying where they go be legislative responsibility for what you report say it do to you. How? Waiting are your suggestions, waiting are the recommendation. How will this man accept responsibility for this?
me. I go want make them send investigators then. Let them go, both in Perry and in Pujehun district. Let them go investigate about this man and let them know if what I'm saying, if whether I'm maligning him or or it's just a hate speech or it's just that maybe I just want to make something out of him. No, let them send investigators. Let them go and investigate this matter well. Let them go and investigate. Not even my own matter now, but let them go and investigate about this handling of power, how he has abused this power, both in Bupeperi, in the environs, and in Pujehun district. That is what I want. The truth, I
Well,
know the truth. We come out.
in that regard, let me tell you something. Because, like I say, not of us are they deny what you talk about, but me refuse for accept what you do because to me, I not think that reality. I not they impeach the integrity of what you say. That's not to the mission. I just they look now. This they call now some kind of Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Now you know, meaning that what I mean. A lot of people they don't know what I mean, but it literally what I mean. The truth then are the falsehood then are the truth. Then are the Alice in Wonderland mentality there. Now, the way me they look at us, I don't know waiting are you how much knowledge or information you get about American politics. I don't know. So I just want bring some narrative in there where perhaps I could use for help this case here. There was one man at this country and they call him Martin Luther King. Now one of them big American people there. What did they do? They stand up to the guys like Lester Maddox them. They stand up to people that maybe they hose them and they use hose for hose them. They stand up to the people that maybe they send their dogs them and they stand up. They will stand every beating, everything. The result of that, Barack Obama became president of the United States. He became president because what did they do? They sacrifice. They say no, we not human beings like anybody. Our rights cannot be trampled under. Yes, you try. I mean, I understand who say they come from. All this now because of the poverty. Because me, Kutubu, I cannot see myself. I don't care with poverty I find myself. I don't go surrender. I'm very conscious of my human rights. Then. Very. Now, one thing I want not to compromise on. I rather prefer where I go now, you stay, not give me eat for it. But you have been right as a human being, and they no way. I know you that. Wait till I don't see Naya. I get for be honest with you, you might not like this. The people themselves, you people them are Pujehun. Now they not surrender the humanity. Now they not surrender to the man.
Of
Based
course.
on which you talk, them don't do am. So what they call
Yes,
it,
sir.
they call it enablers. Bad, and they tell you about bad government. Bad government, you know, it just come about bad leaders. Bad leaders, they come. We, me, and you now, we they create bad leaders because we create enabling environment for them. Okay, because this guy, people don't get, you know, by what you don't explain, so they don't get that this guy is so fearful. This guy is so but all that na facade, na false. They
Yes,
say
sir.
when you stand up to the bullies, when you stand to the bullies, when you stand up to them, then they back down. The only reason why this guy has never backed down by which they tell Sunaya, I must be honest with you. Now you young people they say now them don't enable them. Now them,
Yes.
not too more. That power way gets so for right rough shot over una rights them. For make sure say una humanity it degrade them now una give now don't enable them. Until you guys stand up and say, look, now you supposedly now you now representative. In other words, you now we servant. We not go create any situation where we now we afraid you know. Now you for afraid we because you sit on the power through the validity of the sanctity of the ballot box. Now we put you in a power. No way, no, they will forget that power. Now we. So if you don't go treat you to respect, you the right rough shot over we rights, we inalienable rights, and all that. No, you know you're going to be gone. But by what you don't talk, so yeah, even though you don't come up with the caveat here is that people that are so beholding, if they're not going to a host, they're not go drink tea, they not go eat, they not go eat, they not go do this and that. Then you go try now that they call the plantation mentality, the slave mentality, and they, even though they not believe they kind of soliloquize the teacher they know, but then they fail because they're beholding. So the final which I do now, I want let sum up, let you give me your overall assessment and how you expect to see how for go and what you want out of this. That will be your closing statement.
Well, now for that make we decide for make I take the bold step and make I bring this kind of situation out to a Sierra Leone, a nation as a whole. I really want make I want the president for make a hear this. And I really want talk to me Pujehun people them. Together we stand, divided we fall. If we sit down and allow one great man among we, when an MP, when an honorable member of parliament, where it be to say in we servant, we vote and in for make it secure, we for make it take care of we in a parliament, we know with constituency, for make it work more we see say with constituency, it dey forge ahead, and at the same people sing back again, it go turn and trample on we rights, and they abuse we, and they do everything. I really want to speak to the Pujo people. Let them wake up. Let we wake up. Let we stand against this kind of thing. Enough is enough. Let we stand to the truth. Let we stand up and say enough is enough. What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid of this one man? Why can't you speak? Some of you now, you have been trampled, your rights have been trampled upon. You say nothing. You just grumble in the corner because you are afraid of him. What can he do to us when all of us have arisen in one unison in order to file out our complaints and let the government officials they know what is going on there, so that there will be an end to such malpractices? I really want to plead to the Pujon people. I know say a lot of us, a lot of una they hearing me. I'm not making myself as if like the one who has stood up, but I am tired. I'm illiterate. I cannot see those kind of things happening for so long, and I keep tight lip to it without saying anything. So I want una wake up from wherever una dey, una wake up and know say one man not go able fight we all. We can fight him, and we can take the bull by the horn. Let's take the bull by the horn, and let's bring this guy to justice. Please. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to appeal. to people.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, before I see you, yeah, go ahead. Before I see you off, I want to tell you, see, what you can't complain about sooner. It be not happen again at Parliament. I don't know if you, I'm not in a Salone, but believe me, that's not the way they happen at Salone, you know. I get people who talk to me. I get people who they send the issues to me. We need for highlight this issue. You know, let people they. I don't know how they come about with that kind of opinion that Namion views them people listen to. But if that's the case, Alhamdulillah, I tell God thank you. But here is the gist of what you talk. In the Bo constituency, in the Bo area, another MP will not do something like this. Where again you caught another human rights violation, and he removed the roof from the house. He pull up, also he ex-wife and Pikinde. But what even be very egregious about that? Not one MP condemned the act. Not one MP. From the speaker, take candor. Not one. Nobody. Not to say, but oh man, this now it's totally unacceptable. You cannot do this. Now, human rights violation is. If you don't get anything for do you my that's fine. But that Lily Angel day, you not go pull roof come out na the house and the people there. No, and we see that Lily picking. How do you what you mean? All this. You see this flagrant misuse and abuse of power we people there. We African governments and we people there. This really none of the can't warm this. We don't eat deep into the fabric of things there. You know, this people they don't get the cognitive intelligence or whatever for understand say power it is derived from the people. Now that means they define power. Power from the people, by the people, and existing with the legitimate consent of the governed. We all are the governed. So one big man in this country and they call him Benjamin Thomas Jefferson. I mean the first minister of foreign affairs now or secretary of state, the third president. He said he would rather prefer for live a society way for they not get no government day, but the people then get the right for express themselves. And they turn around and talk say not so the citizens they for free government. Now the government for free. When the citizens they begin free the government, now this is so trouble from 6 9 of this. If that begin happen. So what I do, I want you get away with since you already the president know about this. And me go oblige you the link to this. You go begin the course small meeting and now they listen to them. Now see how you formulate how they call them. And use this as a platform for highlight the egregious human rights violation in the place. And that when I don't get tired of this, when I not go take a when I can demonstrate that na the ballot box also. If una can't pauper, say no, we said this the election at that place not to ingo determine who that go stand election. They can say all of this now una they cause them because una don't see the guy like a big god. Okay. Now the people therefore decide who that go represent, not to ingo decide that. Now one vote in get one vote, even though in an MP now one vote he gets. So anybody can come. So una need for common at the cocoon and say, you know what this guy they do now? We said this contest election now. If you want to kill everybody, that's on him. But you guys cannot capitulate to this kind of cravenness. Oh, the guy, me all the picture I don't about this guy. Me personally, between you ask me, I not buy into none. Because I look and say this now, at least in Wonderland syndrome, this. Okay? If I were there, oh no, I'm going to mobilize me company. So no. This guy, I don't want human being like you know. But everybody don't capitulate to in whims, views, and caprices. All man don't kind of give up on the man. So I mean, it's been a pleasure. We don't get no caller on the line, so we can't end the program now. And like I say, I'm really sorry. You know, I mean, this kind of thing, you know, you go through. And me only 2 ways. I don't highlight them. So when we send the link to you now, you can use them and send them to the politicians. You can send them to the president, to the speaker, even to as much because the more we like form opinion about but once you remain quiet, it's going to continue. You got to take one person for stop this man in the track. Just one, something that now you don't start
Yes, sir.
so in a vision, I know not back down on this, not back down. Continue believe me, you're able to change one or
Yes,
two
sir.
key mindset. Because if it happen to you, it will happen to the next person. You don't
Yes.
get any guarantee. Nobody not for say no, it not happen to them. Okay,
Yes,
so
and
that
it's
will be me advice.
it's happening to me and will happen to others.
Yes, because I will not get involved. I don't make a lot of comments. I think so we don't give as much as me or help in this endeavor. So again, it's a pleasure having you. Until then, this is Akutubu Koma, the sign off.
Bye for now.